A lot of women were lied to by their mothers to believe their beauty is subjective, right? If a woman looks a mess, like she grows up just not caring about her appearance and not put any work into how she looks, 9 times out of 10, her mother, her aunt, her grandmother, they all have that very low effort.
Girl, who hurt you? Can we just get down to the fucking nitty gritty already? I'm so sick of you in this conversation. You dog the statue that they built in NYC. All you do is dog women on your fucking page. Bitches that don't wear makeup, basically. Let's start right here, though. Twins. Baby, the call is coming from inside the house. If you feel like you fucking ugly, then just say that. Beauty is absolutely fucking subjective. I'm bisexual. I think you're ugly as fuck. It's not even your attitude, it's your face. But yet you have a husband. He thinks you're beautiful. Subjective. A lot of motherfuckers watching this video just cringe at the fact that I called you ugly because they feel like I'm ugly. A lot of motherfuckers died laughing because, bitch, they feel like you fucking ugly. Subjective, honey. Some people look at me and see the chocolate beauty that I actually am. Other motherfuckers just wonder how the fuck I pulled a cute boyfriend with money. My thing is, you run a program for little girls, talking like that. Would love to see how you treat the fat black ones that come in. And then you want to speak on the shit that women's mothers taught them. The issue is, your mammy taught you to love how you look, while my mammy taught me how to love my fucking self. Y'all want women like me to be miserable and out of sight because we don't want wigs or lashes or edges or fucking BBL. Y'all don't want us to feel comfortable being in the limelight or feel beautiful. And hate when we have decent men in our lives. After all these years, y'all still haven't learned that doing all that shit don't get you fucking chosen. Have the day you deserve.
So this woman got on here just being loud for no reason. I don't understand the backlash that I'm just a girl gets all the time. I'm just the girl did not say anything wrong. She said if you put little to no effort and your parents has put little to no effort into their looks, 9 times out of 10 you won't, right? Because you raise your kids. Even me, the way I dress in certain clothes and attire that I wear, my daughter has taken a liking to. She likes the way I dress, which means when she gets older, she's going to like my style. Now, she still got her own little swizz to it, but nonetheless, she dresses like I dress. Because I am raising her. This is the one I am raising. So does Bunny. Bunny does not like wearing certain things without leggings. And that's because I say, hey, put some leggings on. That skirt may be a little too short, so put some leggings on. They get those ideologies from me because that's how I dressed when I was younger. My mom, every time my mom stepped out the house, my mom head to toe, I mean, she matched all the time. Okay, it was crazy. I mean, everything. And matching hats to the shoes. My sister dressed down, okay? To the point to where if I go out the house looking frumpy, my sister gonna say something. My mom's gonna say something because it's like, parents used to have that conversation. Wash your face before you step out this house. It don't look like, if you walk outside in your pajamas, look like you just crawled out of bed. We done heard this so many times. So yes, if your parents are not instilling that in you and they're not showing an example of that, you are going to adapt the same. You might do different. There's a small percentage you'll be like, I don't want to be like that. But other than that, majority of the time, you're going to relate to the people that you live with. So she's doing all this ranting and raving about that. That's the subject. That's what I'm just a girl said. If your parents and mom and your mom and grandma and aunties and stuff don't take pride in how they look, you're going to do the same. It's just like when you raise children to have a clean house, they're going to want a clean house themselves. It happens, right? So when you go around people who don't want a clean house, a lot of times either their house was still clean, but they didn't clean up their room or their area, or their house was nasty, either or. And then there's some, like I said, the small percentage, you be like, I don't want a nasty house, so when I get older, my house gonna be clean type stuff. So that's just, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the majority. She's right. A lot of women do the same things they mama did. If you see your mom walk outside the house and go up the street and down the store with a hair bonnet on, she's gonna believe that's okay and she's gonna do the same. One time I was in a rush and I ran to the car to go take my girls to the bus stop so they wouldn't miss. And Neffy snatched that hair bonnet off my head and said, Mom, you are outside. I said, oh, my bad. But that's how I raise my daughters. I personally, for me, do not want my daughters to think a hair bonnet is a hat. The hair bonnet is for the bedroom, in my opinion. That's what they made it for. I don't agree with it. If everybody else doing it, okay. When Monique spoke about it, everybody got upset. But for me, I don't think that's for me. That ain't a look that I want to go for. I don't want people to see me publicly with a hair bonnet on my head. But anyway, again, it's like I'm saying, there are certain things that I would like to wear or I feel like is appropriate and there are certain things that I don't feel like is appropriate that I would not wear or I would want my daughters to wear. That's me though, right? But I'm just a girl, works with girls. She teaches them, it's okay to be classy, and she dresses down. I'm just a girl, shows that you can be pretty and beautiful with clothing on. You can. And it's like when you speak against people just going outside half naked and showing their goodies, then it's a problem. Oh, mind your business, da 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 da. But nobody wants to be overly sexualized. So what is it? Like, it's just, oh, well, you're saying that they're asking for it. I mean, if your whole hoo-ha's out, like, what are we supposed to do? Just not look? Like, even with a man, if a man is, they be having them little hoochie daddy shorts. If we seeing the little hair, sir, you gonna have to cover that up. But again, her saying that her family was calling her unattractive or making her feel some type of way, and she's projecting just because she said you should take, basically what I heard is you should take pride on how you look when you step outside this house. When you go outside the house in your pajamas or in just not dressing up, a lot of times it's a quick run to the store or it's a quick I don't care. And it's not, I'm just going to the store real quick. It's not, you're not going to go that way to the club. You sure ain't going to show up that to no function. You're going to take pride in how you look before you step into that dance party or the club, or if somebody is taking you out to dinner. You ain't going to go nowhere in your hair bonnet and pajamas. You're not. You're going to take pride in how you look. So I feel like that's what she was saying. But this woman took it out of context and started calling her all kinds of ugly and stuff like that. And saying a lot of people believe that she's ugly. Why do a lot of people believe you're ugly, ma'am? And why? Like, did everybody say that to you? Because she said in her video, everybody looking at me and asking why I got the man, how I get a cute man. Who said that? Because one, that's your opinion of how he looked. Just like you had an opinion on her, that's an opinion on how he looked. Okay? Not everybody's attracted to that. That's okay. Not everybody gonna be attracted to who I'm with, and that's okay. But to come after this woman's looks based off of her saying that you should take pride in how you look when you step outside is crazy. And the real reason why people don't like I'm Just a Girl is because she challenges their thought process. They don't like accountability. Women like to come out here and look however they want to look. And while she's sitting there standing on her high horse trying to talk about I'm just a girl, the whole taking pride thing is like when you hop on the camera and you got that big ass stain on your shirt. That's what she's talking about. You didn't care enough to put on a clean shirt to record. You just recorded how it was and say, take me as I am. This is what I'm going to do. You didn't take pride in it because you wouldn't go somewhere to a gala or to a nice event with that stain on your shirt. You're going to make sure you take pride into how you look, which is proving her point. But when you say things like that, oh, you don't like black women and it's just so weird. They already mad at I'm Just a Girl because of that damn statue. I'm Just a Girl came out, made a video saying she didn't like it. She don't feel like it represent all black women. And it doesn't represent all black women. It represents the majority because the majority of us are obese. We are overweight. And a lot of people just wear a t-shirt and pants and some flats or whatever shoes they got on. That's the majority of how black women are looking out in these streets these days. And she's saying she don't like it. She don't agree with it. But that's not how she dressed. When she steps out with confidence. She takes pride in how she looks. She takes pride in herself. Then you have other women in the comments. Every time I see her, she don't have her natural hair. I've seen I'm Just a Girl's natural hair. many, many times. But just like any other black woman on here, sometimes we like to be versatile. I've never seen her without braids. How? How? My first encounter when I'm just a girl was her with her hair down. So it's like, y'all need to relax. Even that picture with that woman talking about she with her cute boyfriend, that shirt is dirty. So even though you got your makeup on and your hair up in it, that shirt got stains on it. So you don't take pride enough to put on something clean. It's dirty. It has stains on it. And this is like no shade. This is a fact. If I came on here and I had a stain on my shirt and I came on here all the time having a stain on my shirt, everybody gonna say, damn, she always got stains on her shirt. What's going on with that? Even with you taking a picture with your boo thing next to you, you got stains on your shirt. And then you look at, I'm just a girl who takes pride in her appearance by doing stuff like getting dressed, doing her hair, even putting makeup on. And she doesn't put makeup on all the time. Sometimes she do, sometimes she don't. That's like all of us. Sometimes women want to put on makeup, sometimes we don't feel like it. And then everybody want to talk about the hyperpigmentation under her eyes and around her mouth and stuff. It's like, look at her without the makeup. Okay, what's your point? So what? Like, I don't know. And she tried to justify it by saying, oh, I'm bisexual, so I can say something. No, you can't, because she's not. So it don't matter. She's a heterosexual female. So what you say about her does not matter. That's why y'all weird with that. She wouldn't find you attractive anyway because she don't like women. You may like women and men and you feel like you need to date both, but she ain't on that. So it was never a chance, or your opinion never mattered to her anyway. So that's why I thought that was so weird. And mind you, this is my first encounter in seeing the video of this woman, and she going hard. And of course, there's hyenas in the comments. Hyenas in the comments. Yes, girl, you're real. So when she come on here and talk about a black woman and talk about how a black woman look, that's cool. That's okay. But when I'm just a girl says it about an unrealistic statue that is based off of a lot of women that you see in the pub, it's a problem. Y'all are so ass backwards. That's why I say there's something wrong with y'all sisterhood. Y'all be just saying shit. Just because y'all want to continue to be overweight, y'all want to continue going outside looking like how whatever you want to look like. Y'all don't want nobody to judge you, but y'all always judging people. It just don't make any sense. It don't make any sense. Y'all want to talk about how pretty Lizzo is, but then if somebody say, "Oh, you're pretty, you look like Lizzo," you're gonna get offended. There's a lot of women who got offended like that when they tested it out. And Monique, she big girl this, big girl that, she lost weight. Lizzo lost weight. You know why? Because after a while, it has nothing to do with being overweight as far as looks. After a while, health comes into play. That's why it's good to be active. When I was damn near almost 300 pounds, I was like 240. I was uncomfortable. I was heavy. Walking was a struggle. It was not easy. And I still think they be putting some shit in this food. But that's another topic for another time. Y'all got to stop thinking that people are talking about because you're overweight, it has everything to do with looks. No, it has everything to do with health. That shit is not healthy. And let me tell you, around that time, I was knocking on diabetes' door. I was knocking on high blood pressure's door. Why? Because the stuff that I was eating is not healthy. I don't care if you like the way you look and you're big and beautiful. It don't matter. After a while, it's going to be unhealthy. Everyone that I have encountered with in my life who was overweight eventually had to lose weight because it started affecting their health. That's why Monique had to lose weight. That's why Lizzo had to lose weight. Because after a while, they're going to say, okay. And then even to the point to where when Big Dank came out and said what she said about that car, even big girls came for her. So it's only a limit. When y'all say it's a limit of who can say what about y'all weight, please. And I'm not saying I'm skinny. I'm still fat. Okay? But I go to the gym. I work out. Why? Because I don't want this weight on me. I like the feeling that it feels with all that extra shit off. I don't like the feeling on me. I noticed the difference. And you know me, as soon as you start talking about looks, we gonna talk about looks, period. But even in this conversation, I tried to have a conversation with the lady, and I told her, I said, y'all both saying the same thing. And she was like, oh, who car is that? Good Lord. Oh, he holding on to that. My bad, y'all. That was somebody's car. He can't creep up on nobody. Anyway, like I was saying, until somebody start coming for my looks, I usually don't go for their looks because I don't care. But when they start talking about how I look, I'll be like, okay, so since you want to talk about looks, let's get it. I'll clap back. But I'm just a girl didn't say anything to this woman about how she looked at all. But she had enough to say about her and how she looked. She made it about looks. I'm just a girl had a conversation about presentation and she made it about looks. So when I told her, I said, yeah, you're right. Because I said, y'all both saying the same thing, because she was like, I don't want the BBLs. I don't want the weaves. I'm just a girl. She may not talk about weaves or anything like that, but she does discuss BBLs and how women don't need BBLs. So y'all say the same stuff. She gonna reply to me talking about something. If you feel like she's talking about you and you're projecting, just say that. What are you talking about? That ain't even the topic. You just saying stuff. It didn't make no sense to me. So I responded and I said, yeah, you're right. Y'all wasn't saying the same thing, because she never came on this internet and made fun of your appearance or said anything about your looks. So you have a beautiful day. Because at this point, there's no having a conversation with you because you're already aggressive, typing in caps and stuff. Okay, being all loud. She got a few letters and then a couple of big letters too. Girl, how you gonna type mad? Okay, so that conversation I knew then was already over, because she's not capable of having a conversation. Women like that are not capable of having a conversation. So she was like, well, you have the day what you deserve. And I said, okay, you too. Goodbye. And she's like, bye. And I said, toodaloo. Because, girl, what? Stop it. She don't know how ugly she made herself look by talking about a woman that didn't even say anything about her looks. Yeah, to me, that was ugly. And then she's like, everybody trying to figure out how I got such a handsome man with money. Everybody? You know, everybody is everybody. So every single person was trying to figure that out. Why? Why would you make a comment like that? Because deep down, you may feel that way, because I ain't seen nobody who said that in the comments. And you said everybody. Everybody's everybody. Everybody is a collective of everyone. So I've never said that. Nobody else. Well, people may have said that, but not everybody. So why would you make a comment like that? So it sounds like you're the one with the projections. Looks are important to you because that's what you brought up. She brought up taking pride in yourself before walking out the house. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be in y'all feelings too much. Y'all don't know how to have a decent conversation. So now she ugly. Now she all types of things because you don't like what she said. So now you bullying her. And it's amazing to me how many people are rallying up against I'm Just a Girl, calling her ugly from a non-realistic statue. That statue is not a real person. And they have a rumor going around saying that statue is a real woman. And I have it on my TikTok where I'm reacting to that comment, and it's on Google. Google is free, where they said specifically that is not a real person. And you know, usually when it is a real person, don't the person come out and say, hi, the statue is based off of me. I'm so-and-so, and this is my journey, and this is how they did to make the statue. They be a part of the whole thing. Why hide the real person? Y'all just dumb. And I just don't like that. I hate how people just fight for their life for what? If you want to say, listen, I want to be overweight. I don't care how it will affect me health-wise. That's who I want to be. You have every right to say that. Nobody's arguing against that. Nobody is saying nothing towards that. You want to do that, that's fine, but that's not for everybody. She want to have her opinion on that, she going to have her opinion on that. But the reality of it is, you calling her ugly was not called for, and it was a waste of time because she's a straight woman who's also married. Then they was there was some people in the comments talking about her dusty husband is, her dusty husband that. She settled. So now y'all picking her type now? How y'all... Y'all, I swear to God, y'all dumb to the bug. So now y'all picking her type. So since she's attracted to her husband, just because you're not attracted to her husband, she settled. That was her preference. That's what she chose. So obviously she wanted. Unless y'all out here picking men just cause. That's just cause y'all do it, that don't mean that, again, the projection. Y'all gotta come better than that. If y'all wanna have a talking point in the question, if y'all like if a woman came on here who was plus size and she came on here and said, these are the reasons why I'm still healthy. Because I'm Just a Girl is not gonna argue with as far as being big makes you look like this or being big makes you look like that. She's gonna argue with health, right? So if a plus size girl come on here and say, I'm big and healthy because this is what I do every day, this is what the doctor told me, I'll never have any health issues or conditions based on my weight, and she has actual proof of that, you wouldn't be able to argue with that. Even being too skinny at times is a health issue. They call that anorexia. You get what I'm saying? So let's not pretend like she just saying, oh man, it's a problem with women being big because it's not cute. She's not saying that. She said it's a problem with women being big and being the majority of the obesity rate because that's a health problem. A lot of black women, the majority of black women die from heart disease and being overweight. And it's the majority in black women. You get what I'm saying? So it's like fighting for your limitations is crazy. If you don't want to take the health journey and you don't want to work out, it's your fucking body, it's your choice. But if she's stating facts, y'all should not get hurt by facts. If somebody said, hey, you fat? Yeah, that's why I go to the gym. And what's your point? I know how I look. Everybody knows how they look. Period. Everybody knows the confidence they have within themselves. Do I think I'm ugly? Absolutely not. But that's just my opinion. And that's cool. That's my husband's opinion. And I crave him. So if anybody came for me or my husband, we would give a fuck because y'all not in the bedroom with us. Y'all be so weird with that shit. And that's what you argue. Even with her dude. I thought it was a woman. I thought it was a same-sex couple. Not gonna hold you, but that's just my opinion. But hell, he, that's cool because I don't want him, and I'm pretty sure he don't want me because his type is what he like, and her type is what, so I guess, child. But if you want to talk about looks, everybody, I don't see that I'm Just a Girl's an ugly woman. She's a very beautiful woman in my opinion, and I love that she's confident with herself. And these are the type of women that I show my daughters. Women who are confident with themselves. There's a lot of beautiful women who are speaking out against the 304 culture and the frumpiness and people. And you know why it's important? And this is why I believe a lot of black women don't take pride in their appearance when they walk out. We gonna talk about it. And you 304s can come for me if you want to, but I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. She claps back in a very classy way. Me, I'm trifling with it. So let's do it. But the reason why a lot of black women walk out the house frumpy or they don't care and they don't take pride in how they look, a lot of them are depressed. A lot of them are not happy with the conditions of their life. A lot of them aren't happy. A lot of them have to do a lot to even get out of the bed in the morning. A lot of them wouldn't get up. And now, make no mistake, everybody depressed in this bug. Everything going high. Other people getting richer. Everybody getting broker. The economy is on some stuff. But there's a lot of things that black women as a whole go through, and they go through it internally. And nobody can heal from faking it. Meaning, if you're not comfortable with how you look and you're having health problems and there's an issue, If you truly feel that about yourself and you know that there's something that you can do to change it, and somebody goes, girl, you look good just the way you are, that's not helping them. That's not helping them. If your friend comes to you and say, you know what, I need to lose some weight. I do not like how I've been looking in this dress, in my clothes. I don't fit them anymore. And you go, girl, you look just fine. That's not helping. All right, girl, let's go to the gym together. Fuck it. I probably can make 1 or 2 sessions. You feel me? And you do that. That's helping. Because your friend is actually coming to you with an issue. You coming to your friend saying, girl, you look good just the way you are. That don't help. And I know y'all come from a good place when y'all do that, but that don't help everybody. Sometimes somebody do want a little pick-me-up or a little compliment, so they fish for one by saying that. But a lot of times that's not it. Some people do want to go to the gym. Some people do want to lose the weight that they carry. Some people don't even know how big that they got, and they turned around and they was like 300 pounds, and they don't even know how they got there. Now we do. It's that damn food. And I keep telling you, it's something in that shit. They putting chemicals and all types of stuff in that. I'm just saying. Because when when I was on Tony Fine's meal plan, which I still low key am, it's the same thing. Chicken, weigh it, sweet potatoes, whatever. You get full and it lasts longer versus going out to eat. I can go out to eat somewhere and be hungry in like another hour. So they putting something in the food. But anyway, I just wanted to give perspective on that girl. She really showed how ugly she truly was by her behavior. Again, you can disagree with somebody, but this woman never came for your looks. She never came for your lifestyle. She never said anything about you. But you feel like you have to rally the troops against her, because if y'all collectively talk about her and make her feel bad and all that other stuff is good. Even when Kevin Samuels passed away, a lot of the stuff that he said was true. A lot of it. If we go down and not all of it, but a lot of it, if we go down and crack down and really look at what he's talking about, a lot of that stuff he said is coming to fruition. It's true. Now, I will never be the one to come on here and tell nobody business, but I know a few people who feel like if they would have listened to Kevin Samuels, their life would have turned out a little bit better. Women who claim that they like being single, a lot of them don't. There is no human being on earth who was made on this earth to be alone. That's why people who are alone at least have animals. So we can talk all that, I enjoy being single, all you want to. But somebody got an animal, kids they can visit, kids staying with them, something. So you're really, really not single for real. You have someone around you. They even said one time there was a guy that they put in solitary confinement. He died from loneliness because he was in there by himself. He didn't have anybody to talk to or anything like that. So he died because scientifically, humans weren't made to be by themselves, right? So now they do put people in solitary confinement like by themselves, but they at least have somebody by the door or someone that they could talk to, like the guard that they can reach out to if they need something or whatever, because that's still some form of communication. Y'all can pretend in this fantasy to soothe how y'all feel or whatever all you want to, but feelings are just feelings. And facts will still always be facts. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I have another video of I'm Just a Girl about the statue coming up in a little bit.
We in a no hyena zone. Anti-hyena zone.